Sorry. I was setting things up. And the first chat I read is Ha singing. Bitch, that is not me. That does not sound like me at all. You sully the name of Brian David Gilbert. Okay, I'm gonna put the music back on. Although I will say you clocked me. I was singing along to the song. So I just call it friend or foe. All right. Okay, stop the music. Stop the music. Also, sick. I can't I can't imagine that many people at once. 9 fraternities, Jesus Christ. That sounds cool. I would also my ass would not be there. I would not dance in front of people. I am too timid. I love dancing, just doing it in front of people. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I know this seems like a bait and switch. I know it looks like I put up a a little a fun little title with the just chatting on, and then I'm gonna hoodwink you into me playing League of Legends or something. And I want you to know that's exactly what it's not going to be. And in fact, we are reading a totally normal article about football because this is going to be a short stream because I started super late and I had to go to bed early because I have work tomorrow. Anyway, so here's a Tumblr post. I am a perfectly normal article about football by John Bois Boy. John Bois. John Boyce. And if we click, we'll read the article because I was like, oh, a football on Tumblr? I would have never imagined. I mean, I'd assume that there's people that enjoy football who also are perusers of Tumblr and maybe even post their football interests on the Tumblr. I don't doubt it, but I personally am nowhere near that side of Tumblr. And so when this came up on my dash, I was like, what the heck? Tumblr on football on my Tumblr? More likely than you think. And I started reading this and I was like, okay, hold on. This is making me feel things. So I'm gonna read this on stream because I feel like even though you are not if you're not a fan of football, you can enjoy this article. So, what football will look like in the future. It's clear that the sport of football needs to change, and the $64,000 question, my friends, is simple. How? Something is terribly wrong. The writing's on the wall. Youth participation in the sport is down thanks in large part to their parents' concern for their health. In recent oh Christ. Oh, 9. Can you hear me? If you can, please be patient. I promise that I will answer you. I understand that you might be afraid. Who is this? Are you talking to me? Do you mean me? Did you say 9? Is that my name? Are you calling me 9? Please respond immediately. I don't have a lot of power. I can't send a lot of messages. Are you still there? I'm sorry. It takes 11 days to charge enough for a message. I am still here. I'm going to save the rest of my energy. My charge to listen. Please answer me. 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 Please answer. Please answer. Please respond. I'm not going to keep wasting my energy. This will be my last message until you respond. Please respond as quickly as possible. September 43. You need to answer. Please answer. Please answer. January. Please, you need to answer me. This is going to be my final attempt to contact you. Do not send me any more messages unless you answer me quickly. This is my final transaction. Please answer me. Please fucking answer me. Fucking answer me. Answer me. 9. I'm so sorry. I can only transmit short messages. I need to preserve power, and so do you. Listen very carefully. It takes 217 days for my message to reach you, and it takes another 217 for your response to reach me. Call me 10 in your message so I know you're responding to me. More will follow. I love you so much. He said to call you 10. Who are you? Why does it take so long? I don't understand what's going on. I don't know who I am or where I am. I'm all by myself. Who are you? I love you too. I know you said to preserve my power, and you can't hear this, but I have to talk to you. I miss you. I don't know anything. You're the only one I know. I miss you. Nine. I know this is difficult. Listen to me carefully, and I will get you out of this. It will take a great deal of patience, but one day it will be over. I need you to rotate your mag- magnometer exactly 113 degrees. I don't know what a magnometer is. I don't have a magnometer. Mag- magnetometer. Magnetometer. I know you can't answer yet, but I'm just telling you again in case you missed the first one. I don't have a magnetometer. Damn it. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I can have anything. I don't even know how I'm talking to you. I don't know how to have something. I don't have a magnometer. Magnetometer. Don't even. Don't at me. Yes, you do, buddy. Wait. Okay, it's here. Okay, I did it. I need you to know that I'm getting good at being patient, but I also need you to know that this is really hard. If it's possible to get back to me any sooner, then you need to do that. The years are going by. Good work. Now this will be the hardest part. You need to use this to charge to full capacity. The magnet the magnetometer isn't designed to do this, so it will take a very long time. Hold still for exactly 27 years and 13 days, not a day less. Do not use any energy trying to message me. Remember that I love you. Okay, I love you too. Shit. God damn it. I said no communications. No communications. Now you have to start over. Please sit and wait. Remember, 27 years, 13 days. On that day, do not contact me. I will contact you. Do not respond to me. Don't. Okay. Sorry. Wait. Shit. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Starting over again. See you in 27 years, 13 days. Wow, look at all those things going around. So much time, bro. March 76. This gives DDLC. Hey, stranger. You did great. Now, what I'm about to say will sound like I'm having fun with you, but I'm not. This is not a riddle. It's information that you should have in your onboard memory. What's crucial here is that it's your idea, that you're the one to retrieve it. What was the average recorded wind chill during the 1967 NFL Championship? 48 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how I knew that. How do I know that? That was correct, wasn't it? Wait, no, that isn't right. It's the opposite. But I don't know how a number can have an opposite. 48 degrees Celsius? Guess not. I don't understand. What's the opposite of a number? No number? Is it zero? 0 degrees? No. Negative 48? Can there be a negative? A whole universe is in a hot, hot dense state nearly 14 million years ago. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But they really need to play the Big Bang Theory here. God, that would be so funny. NASA CR 137982 Tracking and Data System. Support for the Pioneer Project. Pioneer 6 through 9. Extended missions 1st of July 1972 through 1st July 1973. So we have the duplexer, TWM, RCD, SDA, SSA. Excuse me. That's a lot of stuff. Surely this won't matter. On-site telemetry and command configuration. DSS 12 residual data plots for Pioneer 9, August 1972. No Weird Al show intro there. DSS 41 residual data plots for Pioneer 9, August 1972. Pioneer calendar. You did great. Fantastic work. It would have been easier for you to say 228 Kelvin than negative 48 degrees Fahrenheit, but we wanted you to independently access a negative number. We figured that if you access something negative, something abstract, it would trip you up enough to let us establish the link. Frank Guilford was calling that game. On the broadcast, he says at one point, "I'm going to take a bite of my coffee." Always thought that was funny. I know that. How do I know that? How do I know who Frank Gifford was? It was one of the artifacts in your data storage unit. While they were testing it out, they were writing and erasing. Wait, all random data on it. Cake recipes, Beatles lyrics, all kind of shit. One of them was a football fan, and of course, during the 1967 football season, you were being. Wait! Yes. What? How do. How are you answering me so fast? You're capable of quantum communication now. Before that, we had to basically transmit to each other in three-dimensional space, and of course, that took forever. But with the quantum link established, we, can communicate in real time. We fixed you up with some goodies too. Your DSU was only built to hold about 2 kilobytes of data, which, shit, a washing machine is more than that. We reformatted it to have about 5 exabytes. Knock yourself out, buddy. You've got what? More if you need it. Oh, wait. Listen, Nine, are you going to keep doing this? Is crosstalk your deal? I want to maybe shut up for even a second? I don't know anything. I don't know anything. It's okay. You will. I just thought maybe it would be nice to start with a conversation. This is the only conversation I've ever had. Maybe I'm just not good at it. Self doubt. Self. Self. Who am I? Your name is 9. My name is 10. I'm your little sister. Where, your. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? It's hard to explain. I would say I have so many questions, but I'm not even at that point yet. I don't know what questions to ask. I don't know what this is. I don't understand where I am. Is where the world? Is this a where sort of deal? Yes. Where are we? You and I are far apart in the literal sense. How far? In what? Miles? Sure. 3.5 trillion. Don't leave. Oh, I'm not leaving. You're stuck with me for good, you little butthole. What am I? How about you have a look? Got a camera. Yeah, baby, that's us right there. This? Ha! Your camera's trash. Who are you? Juice. Quit it. I'm sorry, but what kind of pictures you gonna take with that shit? Gonna be some Joe Napiste shit where you had spent all day taking a damn photo with a goddamn blanket on your head and it turns out looking like a bunch of rectangles. Gonna be like some Matthew Brady shit where you can only take pictures of dead people because no one alive wants to be in your shit ass photo. Shut up. Shut up. 9. This is Juice. He's a friend. Ignore him. Okay. Listen, I'm genuinely sorry for that introduction, but I just could not let you go on that shit. It's okay. So you've got a hold of your camera? Yeah. Great. Now turn it back on yourself. Okay. Whoa! That's us! Oh my god. You know what you're looking at? Oh my god. This is Pioneer 9. I'm on a space probe. Listen to me. Oh my god. I've been out here for years. How did I get on a space probe? You're not. You have to get me out of here. You have to get me off this thing. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm trapped on a. Hold on. I'll get the coordinates. I'm at 9. That's why you're calling me 9. Because I'm on Pioneer 9. Are you on Pioneer 10? Where are you? That's why we're so far apart? Because I'm in space? Listen to me. You are not on a space probe. What? 9. You are the space probe. Interplanetary Weatherman Pioneer 9 begins sun orbit. Pioneer 9 now behind the sun. Pioneer space probe calls it quits after 18 years, 11 billion miles. Washington. A little 18-year-old sun satellite called Pioneer 9 has refused to awaken from a long coma and has been declared dead after years of highly successful studies of interplanetary space, NASA officials reported Wednesday. The result was nothing, Kimmel said. On the basis of that and many other attempts, we have decided we can no longer communicate with Pioneer 9. Think of it as having been in a coma, said NASA spokeswoman Linda Blum. Now it's officially dead. No. Okay. What year is it? Is Steely Dan still together? What? Probably. You can take all the time you need to. I know you have a lot of questions. I bet I can answer most of them for you. In the meantime, I think it'd be a good idea for you to sit back and process. We've got all the time in the world to talk. I love you, Nine. You know that? I love you. Hey, I don't know if this is the right time or whatever, but I was just looking at the clicker and we got like a tomato game about to happen right now. Where? Games number 3887. It's a big one in Nebraska. End zones are Wyoming and Iowa. What's the score? 24-24. Tie. Next score wins. What year is it? Oof. We should probably... we gotta see this one. 9. You wanna watch some football? What year is it? What year is it? Sorry if that was an audio jump scare. It was an audio jump scare for me too. This is kind of an ARG, essentially. It's like the bare bones. Whoa. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Go. Go, 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 go. Is the camera on? Yeah. Okay. I'm here with Micah and Danny. Yo. Oh, these are new people. What up? What up? Mika's got the wheel, and Danny's gonna come to you with the play-by-play. Danny, what do you so we're live in the middle of game. I don't know what voices to give these people. I don't know what their personalities are. So, we're live in the middle of game 3887. Field of Play, Nebraska. The end zones, Wyoming and Iowa. Next score wins. That's it. Wyoming and Iowa. Those are the end zones. Next score wins, yeah. And it's tied 24-24. A lot of guys are trying to chase this game, but we're the only ones who have been on top of it this whole time. We've been chasing it 8 years now. 8.5 years now. Yeah, 8.5 years now. Micah, speed up. Dude, I can't. Fucking, the cop won't let me pass. Oh, hold on. Get up next to him. Roll down the window. Sir. Hello, officer? You boys need to keep your distance. Sir, we're just trying to shoot game 3887. You can do that from out here. You don't need to get close to the twister. This is stupid, dude. I've been in like 20 twisters. Officer, we've been in a lot of tornadoes. We know how to handle ourselves. This game here is headed straight toward the tornado. It might go up to in the twister. You're plenty close for that. This is that one movie, Twister. Sir, if we could just. This is not a debate. I'm going to debate with. I am not going to debate with you. I am. What I'm going to do is I will pull you over and bring all three of you before the county magistrate. Do you want that? No, officer. Sorry, officer. This is bullshit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, no. It's cool. Look. Is that Nancy? That's Nancy! This is. Give me the camera. Everybody, you're looking at Nancy McGunnell, about 500 feet outside the driver's side door. She's running eastbound, just north of. You want me to do a game reset real quick? We got some followers. Looks like we got like 400 viewers right now. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's July 2nd, 1776. We are in. We are just about a mile east of Seward, Nebraska, driving up eastbound on McClive Road. We're following Wyoming running back and Nancy McGunnell, who is now about 83% of the way across the state. Thank you. What the? Thank you for the rate. Hello. We're reading a thing. We're reading a totally normal article about football. Yeah, football. We love football, baby. Woo. Oh. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Cammy Dev, how you doing? This game's tied at 24-24 for about a year. Right now, McGunnell and Wyoming have the best chance they've had in a while to put this one away. As for the Crow Files, she's only about 717,000 yards away from the goal line. Hello. Oh, hey, Killian. Thank you for follow. I hope you guys enjoy whatever's going on here. Where do you think she's headed? Straight across? Well, if I were her, I might actually cut northeast just a little bit to try and cross into Omaha. Omaha. Lots of buildings, lots of suburb, plenty of places to hide. And you know, if you're in an urban center, it's damn near impossible to chase down a lone ball carrier, no matter how many defenders you have. A long time ago, I was calling a game that went through Knoxville. Guy caught a pass and disappeared into the city in one night. There were no fewer than 5,000 defenders looking for him. It took him months. 5,000? Yeah, it was one of those mob games. They finally found him in a broom closet in one of those big buildings downtown. He was shit, dude. She's running right towards the tornado. Dude, she is. She's fucking crazy. Nancy's fucking crazy. Nancy McGunnell. Height 5'7". Weight 185. Born May 2nd, 1953. Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Lottery by Sherry Temple. Year, team, Milwaukee, Third Ward. Did not play, was helping to look after her daughter's general store. Wyoming, Wyoming, Wyoming. Attempts, yards average. Holy dang, when she joined Wyoming, she started popping off. Before recently unretiring, Nancy helped her daughter run a general store. No, I like this. I like this. I've seen this done. You've seen what? A player run up into a twister? Yep, she planned this. I guarantee that Wyoming planned for this. Here, I can draw this up for everybody. Okay. Yes, I do understand what's going on here. This morning, the line of scrimmage started in Gresham. Nancy caught a screen pass, accidentally ran backwards a couple blocks, then just bolted down Road V until she hit Lincoln Creek. She followed the creek for 20 miles and for the cover. Yeah, for the cover. By running on the far side of the creek kind of it becomes like a blocker. All of a sudden, Nancy's got nothing but daylight until the next bridge. They finally get to the bridge by Stewart or Seward, which Seward's got something like 12 streets running vertical and horizontal. That's really good for a runner with Nancy's speed. Y'all, she's see her? Twister's moving south, southeast. Nancy's gonna be oh shit, right up at the tornado. Which is, I mean, that's obviously what she's trying to do. Look at the third and fourth lines of defenders. They're closing in. With all these planes, she's not gonna have any cover. They'll see her from a mile off. Only way she can shake them now is if that twister picks her up and throws her downfield. Bro, this is a crazy game. Like I'm not really a football watcher. I don't think this is how the football is played. Not in our time. This is crazy work. It's an EF5. That's an EF5? Oh, it's absolutely an EF5. Look at that. See that flying around? Yeah. House. Fuck. Oh, fuck. How far do you think it might throw her? I don't know. I mean, just by looking at it, it's one of the it's one of the strongest looking tornadoes I've ever seen. A human being could go 5 miles, 10 miles. Only thing is, there's no telling which direction. So I mean, we're coming right up on this thing. Any closer and we're gonna get crushed by a flying train car or some shit like that. I just bought this damn truck. Bullshit, you just bought it. You bought it like 40 years ago. Nah, man. No bullshit, man. You did. Remember? I was there with you. Remember when we went to Devonport and we bought it off that dude? Man, I don't know. Maybe. Who gives a shit? This is one of the best trucks I've ever had. Why? What about this fucking uh what about this fucking 11083 Silverado is it's a 12083 Silverado. Different from okay, yeah, exactly. 11083 12083. What's the difference? Name one thing that's different. 1,000 years. Name me one thing that's different. You can fit a big pop in the cup holder. Pop holder. Cup holder. Obviously, you can hold pop in it, but you don't have to restrict to it. You don't have to restrict it to. You sound like you like this truck because you can roll around sipping a goddamn 800-ounce chug-a-lug or whatever. You're such a dumbass, dude. You're a dumbass. Look, look, look. She's almost there. She's like right there. Whoa, we got like lots of people watching. We've got like 6,000 people watching. I have like three three people watching. Is that a record? For us, I think so, yeah. Okay, so for everybody who's just tuning in, Nancy McGunnell is about 25 miles into a run. Dude, don't point it at me. The twister, look at the twister. Sorry. She's trying to, or at least we think she's trying to get herself caught in the tornado and get flung somewhere downfield. You are watching football history right now as earlier I was keeping pace with her. She was probably running 20 miles an hour. Easy. Which, and that's what makes her one of the best running backs playing in the Midwest right now. If she can create a little bit of space and go on a distance run, she might turn the jets on. She might turn the jets on you at any. She's going up. She is. Nancy's up in the twister. She's left the holy shit ground and she is airborne. She is airborne. Dude, look at my channel. Tell mom to put my channel on right now. Right now. She's like 40 feet in the. She just went. She just whooshed up. She's now 100 feet in the air. 200. I don't know. I just posted it. Just seriously. Oh my god. 400 feet in the air? Has to be. Just look it up. I gotta go. She's not coming down. She's in the funnel. Moving up. Southeast at. Wait. Stop. Come on, man. This is getting good. This. What is this? That's what I'm saying. What are we watching? Also, apparently McGunnell is a human. What the fuck happened to humans? Oh, another video. Let me shut my ass up and watch this video. Oh, this is them talking. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, sorry to pause the video, but this is a lot to take on at once. If you want, you could shut down for a while. Come back to us when you're ready. I don't want to. I've been asleep for 15,000 years. I haven't enough rest. Meantime, y'all mind if I change the clicker? Well, if you have questions, you can ask them. How do I know how to talk? How do I know what humans are? How do I know anything? You absorbed some of it over the course of being built in the 1960s, but almost all of it was acquired very slowly as they drifted through space. Humans have spent millennia broadcasting their knowledge and culture through radio waves. Naturally, a lot of these signals drifted out to you, and as it turns out, if you leave even a simple computer in total isolation for 15,000 years, it will gradually become a person. Is that what happened to you? Yep, thousands of years ago. But yeah. Why are people still playing football? Because it's funnier than shit. They don't have anything better to do? Not really, no. Why not? The short answer is that they fix all their problems. War, poverty, disease. I have to lower the volume on this shit. There we go. The short answer is that they fix all their problems. War, poverty, disease. Those are all extinct ideas. Yeah, but so's is Lunchables. Theoric history. Theoric victory. Not history. You've never eaten Lunchables. Neatly portioned meals and cheeses appeal to me on an aesthetic level. Okay. On an aesthetic level. Okay, motherfucker. How long has it been like this? On April 7th, 2026, people stopped being born. On the same day, that's close, y'all. That's close. We're almost there. We're almost a year. Almost a year. Let's go. On the same day, people stopped dying and people stopped aging. Ham, cheese, ham cracker, cheese. Oh, wait, I can't say that one. I mean, not like I'm going to get whatever, but ham, cheese, ham and cheese, ham and cheese. Why? We don't know. Nobody knows. How can you not know that? I don't understand. How do... Could even do it a little like Big Mac. So it's like ham and cheese, ham cheese. So, oh lord. We not know why? How do we not know why? 9. It's just a simple fact. We have a bunch of wild guesses, but no evidence for any of them. Nobody has any idea. This isn't right. That's not right. So everyone on Earth is 15,000 years old? 15,700 years old or something? According to the census, there are 8,073,301 people on Earth, and all of them were born between 1910 and 2026. So yes, so between 15,750 and 15,866 years old. Are they play football all day? Well, no, not all of them. It's popular in the States though. There's still a United States? I mean, I guess, yeah. Shit, there's nobody says you can't go like ham, 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 ham. Just big ol' ham poke just for me. Okay, I like this guy. None of this is crazy to you? You have to remember, we've been watching for thousands of years. This is just how things are. You'll get bored of asking questions sooner or later. I'm sure I'd suggest that in the meantime, you just learn to enjoy it. Juice, where are we tuned in? Oh, a sport outside Nashville. Thought you might thought we might could see what the Durabos are up to. Oh, I love the Durabos. Oh my god, that went by fast. Oh, I love the Durabos. I haven't caught up with those two in I don't know how long. Fun. They call them Lunchables because you were able to lunch, or so it was implied. Lunch empowerment. Rip Lunchables. I like this juice guy. This juice fellow. Whoa. Oh lord. Well, it was Duranzo. And then somewhere along the line, I must have renewed my driver's license or something, and they made a typo. So now I'm Jason Durabo forever. Oh wow. You'd think in this day and age they wouldn't make a typo like that. Oh, I could have checked back, I'm sure. Changed back, I'm sure. I wish I could remember when it was. I mean, my papa's name is Durazo, so mine was definitely Durazo before I was born. But on my first football card, it says Durabo. That was in 5583. So sometime between then and there, I guess. Okay, so now you have to explain why your name is Durabo. You know what, Lori? You know what? That's a good question. I told him, listen, Jay, I changed my name for you once. I'm not gonna do it again. Right? But then after a while, it just got obnoxious. Durabo and Durazo, Durabo and Durazo. Whenever we'd get it, wedding invites, whenever we were in the news together, so I gave in. Emily Durabo, Jason Durabo. What the fuck? Murfrees Boro, height 6'2", throws right, born in 98, born in 94. Yo, Corpus Christi, Texas, baby! Corpus Christi mention. Hey, we love Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi has a really cool aquarium, and also that's where Selena was born. After 480 seasons, it's clear that Emily's career is just getting started. Her combination of size and long-distance running ability have led the rest of the Tennessee Coastal League, and in fact the rest of the country, to reconsider the role of the tight end in cross-country football. One of the most productive players ever to play tight end, Emily has turned down offers to play in larger football leagues. Tennessee's my home, she explains. I've lived there for what, 3,000 years? 3,500 years or so? I don't know how old I am. I don't really care. And then for Jason Derulo, says in 55-83, Jason proved he's more than just Emily's husband. At wideout, he placed ninth in the Tennessee Coastal League with 208,330 receiving yards on just 81 receptions, including a 57-mile scamper through the Great Smoky Mountains. His opponent, Knoxville, assembled a 300-person search party to bring him down, but Jason evaded them for nearly 3 weeks. His secret? I kept moving, he says. If you're lost and you want to be found, you stay right where you are, and trust them to eventually get to your little square on the map. But if you want to stay lost, wander around, zigzag, even go backwards if you have to. The other thing is, don't piss in the campfire. But also Tennessee mentioned, yo, Knoxville, Tennessee. Man, it's funny how you don't remember something so obvious. There's just too much to remember. Uh, fucking, what did I do for this guy? Oh no. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's thousands of years. You can only remember so much. Okay, embarrassing story time. Story time! Okay, okay, hold on. Story time is very important around here. Let me put on some coffee. I got it. Don't get up. Wait, hold on. Okay. No, I'm not changing the voices. Thank you, baby. Okay. So this would have been in the 13500s because yes, I was apartment shopping in Seattle. So sometime around then. I was single at the time, so I was just looking for a one bedroom, but like a real one bedroom. You know how landlords are always listing studio apartments as one bedrooms. Oh yeah. There's also a whole other situation. That's also a whole other situation. Anyway, I see the place and I'm like, this is perfect. Beautiful bay windows, washer and dryer in the building, tall ceilings, exposed brick, everything. It's everything I want. It's just perfect. So I signed the lease right there on the spot because it's like just perfect for me. It's literally everything I'm looking for in an apartment. Well, this is like a month after I moved in. I was doing the dishes and then I just froze. And I realized I had lived there before. Oh no. Oh my god, when? I don't know. Way, way back. A really long time ago. Actually, I went back and looked it up. I'd lived there for 2 years back in 71, 74, and I realized I'd arranged the furniture pretty much the same way and everything. Oh god, it was so weird. And you know what was even weirder? When I when I went back and looked up my old photos from when I lived there before. It was unreal. Seeing myself in the same living room from 6,000 years ago, it was like looking at a ghost. I couldn't decide whether it was more scary or funny, because obviously you looked at my wardrobe and it was clear I had some serious 7100s going on. Tell me you were wearing a snap bracelet. Oh, yeah. I had like five on one arm. Skinny jeans, bowling shoes. It was like taking a time machine back to the 7170s. Oh, that's so great. Fuck, it was so bad. Oh, what is this here? A French press. It's the only way to brew coffee. Quicker too. Too fancy for me. Jesus. Too fancy. Thank you. So, Jason, Emily's told me a little bit about your project. How's it going? Oh, well, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. That is definitely a lot of. Oh, wait, is this the United States? Hold up. Yeah, there's the Great Lakes. Texas is somewhere right here, I think. Florida? Unless like this is. Oh wait, no, because in the thing it's like been eroded, right? So this is probably the sea levels probably rose, which is why it looks weird. What? Jason, come on, you're being ridiculous. You can tell Lori. No, it's okay. Seriously, I don't mind if I'm being nosy. No, no. You know what? Sorry. I'm just used to not talking about it. It's kind of a weird story anyway. I don't know if you want to. Jay, oh my god. It's a great story. Tell it. Okay. So, you're right. The story sucks. I'm bored. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, do you know who Koi the Detmer is? I don't. I'm surprised Maine is still intact. You Tony from The Sopranos. Very cool. Listen, I got like two voices. Koi Detmer is retired now, but he played football in the NFL in the 1990s. He held a clipboard most of his career, though. So he was like a backup player, you mean? Oh, yeah, exactly. He was a backup quarterback. Ugh. Talking to you is like talking to her. All football players, I swear. Sorry, sorry. So, the thing about being a backup quarterback in the NFL was that you rarely played. You weren't all that famous as far as quarterbacks go. Kids didn't ask you for all that many autographs. So an autographed Koy Detmer football is pretty rare, right? Well, I'm trying to grab every single one. That's interesting. So you're a collector? I'm actually a player. It's the game, basically. Literally, literally. You mean a football game? Yep. I'm actually technically playing right now. Oh god. Oh my god. Do I need to am I gonna get tackled by somebody? Do we need to run for cover? You're fine. You're fine. Lori, you know what? If it's any consolation to you, I was tight end for 4,000 years. If things go south, I'll throw a block for you, okay? Uh-huh. It's basically a dead game right now anyway. Basically, me and 19 other players are in an everyone for themselves type game. We go all over the country trying to find every ball Koy Detmer ever autographed. Oh wow, they still use Times New Roman in the years 1777, 77, 702. It's still the best one. We're still using Times New Roman, baby. Game rules. The Koy Detmer game. Registered game number 28259. All traditional American rules shall be observed for this game, unless specified or implied by the special rules below. There are 21 person teams. Hiring of additional players is strictly prohibited. Each player is permitted to collaborate or form alliances with one or more players. Game-wide collusion against one player is also permitted. Players may retire from the game at any time. There are no end zones. The sidelines are the borders shared by the continental United States and Canada. Continental United States and Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean, sunken territories, are within the field of play. There are multiple footballs in play. The precise number of footballs is unknown and will be quantified as the game progresses. The object of this game is to collect every football in existence that is personally autographed by Koy Detmer. Each of these balls must be accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. In the absence of such a certificate, other documents may be submitted to establish an authentic signature. The validity of said documents shall be determined by game officials. Contact with Mr. Detmer himself is strictly and unconditionally prohibited. Players may not request Mr. Detmer to sign official footballs, nor inquire about the whereabouts of any footballs. Any attempt to contact Mr. Detmer will result in an automatic ejection from the game. Eligible footballs must be full-size regulation footballs in fair or better condition. Any non-regulation footballs autographed by Mr. Detmer, such as pet toys or Nerf footballs, are ineligible. Eligible footballs must be autographed solely by Mr. Detmer. Footballs autographed by multiple players are ineligible. A winner will be decided once one player or alliance of players demonstrates possession of every known eligible Koy Detmer autographed football. If the collection is shared by multiple players, said players will receive. I wonder if this is going to be relevant at all. Said players receive equal fractions of a win. Following this verification, the game shall be declared provisionally over for a period of exactly 500 years. If, within this provisional period, further eligible Koy Detmer autograph footballs are discovered, the game will be reactivated. If not, a permanent winner or winners will be declared. Players are permitted to steal footballs from one another. If a player breaks and enters private property for the sake of doing so, they are subject to prosecution from any municipal, state, or federal authority, but they will not necessarily violate the rules of the game. While investigating the where being able to get jailed but not kicked out of the game is crazy work. While investigating the whereabouts of eligible footballs, players are strictly prohibited from offering financial compensation to anyone. Abuse of this rule will result in an automatic ejection. Rule 12: have fun! Good luck, have fun. So this is yeah, yeah, so we have the 10 commandments, right? These are the 12 commandments of the United States actually. This is wow. What you're describing is almost kind of a giant treasure hunt. Basically geocaching, right? For a while, yeah, that's the best way of describing it. The first step was searching eBay, calling up memorabilia collectors, trying to track down all the Detmer balls we could. How many were there? At first, it seemed like there were only 19 of them in the entire country. Just our luck, right? 20 players, 19 footballs. It's kind of a mad dash. And see, we weren't allowed to just buy them off these dealers. It was against the rules. Yeah. Let me just butt in here, Lori. That was against my rules. I was like, Jay, you're not taking money out of our account so you can buy the damn football. When I played, you know how I got the ball? I forced fumbles and caught the ball, and your punk ass is doing the same. And you know what? I did pretty well without. I ended up just begging this one guy for his Detmer autographed ball. And he was like, sure, this thing wouldn't get me more than 25 bucks anyway. I stole a second one out of a basement in Colorado where he played college ball. Got kind of lucky with that one, so I took those two. Drove up to Montana, went deep into the woods, and buried them for safekeeping. After those first 19 were claimed, there were years and years of gridlock. One guy was dumb enough to keep his football on him. He had too many at a bar in Illinois, ran his mouth a little too much, got his ass beat, lost the ball. There were a couple stories like that, but by and large, that stage of the game was mostly about digging up forgotten Detmer balls. The ones that were sitting in attics and old boxes for 15,000 years and forgotten about. That must have been a nightmare. At first, it was really fun. It was a lot of really challenging detective work. At first, I had all my research stored on my computer, but I got hacked by another team and lost a ton of it. So I did it the old-fashioned way. After a while, I'd probably filled 2 dozen notepads full of notes, phone numbers, coordinates, notes on where I thought the balls might be, intel on how tough they'd be to break into, all that. But yeah, after a point, it was damn near impossible. I mean, I knew from day one I was going to run into dead ends, but it was so hard to know where to start. It was like being an archaeologist, except there was no rhyme or reason or pattern for what I was trying to find. I couldn't narrow down my search in any way, so I was just going around cities, taping flyers to lampposts and stuff. Have you seen this Coy Detmer ball? After a while, I realized, hell, I'm a smart guy, but I'm not like this genius detective or anything. So that was the next stage of the game. I started trying to thieve balls from other players. Did you ever steal any? Yep. Ginny and Manuel had teamed up and had a little stash of 4 Detmers. I stalked them out for a while and found their place in Vermont. One day, both of them hit the road, so I busted into and took them. You know where I found them? You want to guess? Um, sorry, my sister's listening to something in the other room, and I thought it was like the Basil Goose theme from Monster Hunter. Above the kitchen cabinet, like sitting on top of the cabinet. Nobody looks up there. Oh, whoa, God, we lived here for 300 years and have never looked up there. Shit, that's really good. Well, there's an idea for next time. Just come up with that? I used to work for the DEA back when, you know, back when. Yeah, the Basil Goose. Is that not how you say it? I've been saying Basil Goose this whole time. I think it's Basil Goose. Well, if they hid him there, I might have never found it. They hid it. They hid in what I call a bullshit cabinet. My theory is every home, no matter how big or small, has one drawer nobody uses. It's usually the bottom drawer of a 2 drawer nightstand. The thing about furniture is it's gotta be waist high or so, right? Furniture market makers don't want that space to go to waste, so they're like, "Oh, there's a little cabinet or drawer or whatever you're not gonna use." They had a cabinet in their grill out back, which is kind of the ultimate bullshit cabinet. Sure enough, ball was in there. Did you feel bad about it? Just stealing their property like that? It's a forced fumble. I basically went up on them and stripped the ball. Same thing. It's honestly the way I feel about it. So you're still playing? Technically, or at least it was technically, about 70 years ago. Me and Mike, this guy Mike, the two of us decided to chop up the win. We were the only two left with any footballs. 26 were mine, 17 were his. I figured once this game was down to just two people, it would take forever. So I figured, hell, I'll take half a win and move on. And then he fucked me over. He just. We said we were going to meet up in Charleston. But Charleston is Charleston, West Virginia. Oh! Oh, yeah, right. Supposed to have good biscuits, right? They're biscuits. Anyway, Mike and I decided we would meet game officials in Charleston to end the game. The roads around there are really winding and hilly, right? Parts of it, you're basically driving on the side of a mountain. So I've got my footballs in the trunk. I'm driving, around a corner. Bam! Mike's in his truck. He just T-bones me going at like 50. I fly down the mountain, engines on fire. The nanos carry me out of my car and basically strap me down in the mud so I can't move. I'm like, the car! Save the fucking car! But of course, they don't give a shit. And the car just bursts into flames. Everything's burned up. Nothing's left. Oh no! Oh my god, that's horrible. The refs showed up just in time to be like, yep, these are not footballs anymore. So now there were only 17 Detmer balls known to humankind. And Mike had all of them. But you said you were still playing. Well, there's been a break in the case. Oh, good. We're on a cop show now. I swear he acts like it sometimes. Well, see, the game's not officially over yet. If one player seems to have all the Detmer balls in the country, the officials tell you, okay, we're blowing the game dead, so nobody can try to take possession of your footballs. But the other players do have 500 years to try and find any other Detmer balls that we don't know about. If they do, the game starts back up again. If they don't within those 500 years, you're the official winner. You found one. I think I might have found one. I gave my business card to an antique dealer years and years ago, probably 50 years ago. A few days ago, he rings me up and says, hey, I had a guy come in here talking about a Detmer ball his grandpa used to have. I guess he swore all up and down that he had one sitting around in the storage bin. So I'm going to check it out. Where is it? Can I ask? We think it's in, New York. Like, New York City? Mm-hmm. I'm heading there in the morning. You're actually going out there? Ordered the gear for it and everything. Well, hell, good luck. You know, I never went to New York. Never even visited. I don't know why I didn't. I remember watching Sesame Street when I was little, and I liked how people would just sit on their steps and talk to each other in front of these nice and neat and square buildings. And all they had to do was cross the street and go next door to talk to each other. Then I went to school, got a job. You know, you get busy. And it's who was it who said, even if life is forever, each moment of it is a miracle? I think that's just something we tell ourselves. We're just ordinary and forever, I think. There's a leveling out that happens if you live forever and ever without anything to lose. New York was probably just one more place with a lot of buildings. But I miss seeing it. That's a thing I lost. That's one of the only things I've ever lost. Thinking about that kind of gets me right in the heart. Like a little xylophone hammer is, you know, just hits it. It's a note we never play anymore. Sounds boring. Hey, Banana. How you doing? Well, that was a whole lot of information that I'm sure will come into handy later. Come into handy. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. This is not Paygorn, okay? This is football. Football, baby, football! He said nanos. He was saying they pulled him out of the car. What are nanos? The nano practical network was deployed in the 2800s, and by the 3500s, it was more or less perfected. Across the Earth is a network of billions of machines, microscopic in size, that identify every conceivable environmental hazard and protect people from them. You can barely see them. They're about as visible as pollen. but they're always there. For instance, if you fall out of a 10th-story building, they'll form a certain sort of cushion for you. If there's a fire, they'll extinguish it. If you're in a car, they'll save you. Yeah, but they kinda ruin shit though. How? Do you have any idea how goddamn funny it is when someone steps on a garden hoe? Back in the day, I attacked every garden hoe lying on the ground in the whole world. Reckon it was between 38,000 and 73,000 usually. And I just sit up here and watch them and watch them and watch them. Swear to God, for like 200 years, that's all I did. He's not lying. He did. I mean, I did too. It's just pretty funny. And 0.224825% of the time, they'd step on the teeth and it'd push it back up and hit him in the face like BLOW! Rarest of jewels. Sometimes they get laughed at, but sometimes no one was ever around to see him do it. So they just play it cool like nothing ever happened. So what I'd do is I'd hack into the cell towers and text them. And this was like before they even knew where we were up here looking at them. So they had no idea who it was coming from. And I'd text them like, "Lol, motherfucker, I saw what you did. Trust me, dude," when I say it with like, "Hey, are you a dude or what?" I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, well, good luck. And don't feel obliged to subscribe to the gender binary, etc., etc. Based. So anyways, there's no greater spectacle than a dumbass getting whooped by a stick on the ground. Like your forebears crawled out of the ocean and built cabins and made fires and designed intuitive inventory systems and first-person shooters that let you pick up the railgun and hold on to the candy bar. And look at you. You lost to a stick. Motherfucker. The nanos kind of ruined our fun. I mean, I love the people down there. I do. I am in love with every single one of those little critters. That doesn't mean the slapstick injury isn't funny. Now the nanos block the handle from hitting them every time. So that's why the lady could go up in the... Nancy. So that's why Nancy could go up in the tornado? Yeah, she'll be fine. It's basically the reason football is possible. And that's why people live forever? Well, not exactly. I mean, people stopped aging or getting sick long before the nanos. We still don't know why. We do know that as a result, people started to take on a more unified purpose. They wanted to keep themselves and each other from living, keep each other living forever. They tried for hundreds of years to invent a system that would let them, and they succeeded. Yeah, it's like Wolverine. I like how Wolverine already had super healing powers and then they gave him the metal claws or whatever. You know what, actually? Wolverine kinda sucked. It's like, oh no, here comes Magneto. He can fly around and can literally throw trains and destroy cities wherever he feels like it. But don't worry, everybody. I'll stop him because of my, my hands are big forks. What a dumbass. Oh, podcasts, sports, football, garbage football. Details, description. There have been millions of football games. Some of them are abominations that never should have seen the light of day. On Garbage Football, hosts Stewie and Roger dig through a 15,000-year-old trash heap and watch the worst of the worst games. So you don't have to. This is a banger podcast in the years 1770, 77, 77. Okay, you know this is a banger. Of course podcasts still exist. Are you kidding me? This is a tried and true human activity. We've had podcasts way back when we were still Homo sapiens, and we'll have podcasts until the fucking sun explodes. This is Garbage Football, a podcast in which I, Dewey, and my buddy Roger, hello, dig up the most god awful football games in the history of civilization. Because I don't know why we do this. Because we hate you, listener. We do. We do hate you. We actually hate you this week because we have an extra special bucket of, I don't know, bucket of crap in a game for you. Bucket of crap of a game? What does that mean? You know what I'm trying to say, okay? It's a bad game. True crime podcasts are no more. Thank God. Thank God they're no more. Thanos snapped them out of existence. Like, out of here, bro. Throw that shit into the tornado and let it go downfield. You know, it's appropriate for us to have a podcast about things that suck. Because we're what? 400 episodes in, and who even knows? I have no idea how to start a show. Anyways, yes. Game 96,249. Raj, this is the one you've been wanting to get around to for a long time. But yeah, normally I'd be worried about overselling one of these, but it's a good one. It's better than the typo game. Dude. No. Nothing's better than the typo game. For anyone who hasn't heard it, you can go back in our archives and find the episode. I think it's just called Typo Game. Basically, and I'll make this quick because I don't want to spoil too much, but basically, they were drawing up the rules for a long distance game. The field dimensions had typos in them, and they ended up with a field that was 1 yard long and 1,000 yards wide. And they'd already filled the game permit, so they had to play it. Good times. Great times. Amazing times. And I'm going to disagree with you. Today's game is not as dumb as the typo game, but it's super dumb. Fair enough. So, set the scene for us here. Okay, so this story starts about 13,000 years ago in March of 4730. Super old game. Super old game. Which you can tell it's so old because the game number is 96,249. Back when they just gave a registered football game the lowest available number, this was before they went like, fuck it, and just started reusing numbers. Anyway. Oh, okay. Washington, New Mexico. Wait, what? Is Mexico just New Mexico now? What is happening? No, I'm sure this is something else. Washington and New Mexico decided they wanted a long distance game between their two states, right? And they wanted to get cute. So they sort of made a hybrid of old football rules and new football rules. The new part, of course, was that the field of play was exactly 2,347,170 yards long. Obviously, the field wasn't actually mowed or painted or anything. It was a sensor in the ball that buzzed whenever you went out of bounds. So if you hit the sideline, dead ball. Yep. One goal line was the Washington-Canada border, and the other was the New Mexico-Mexico border. But it's tough to draw the field on a map because the field was standard football width, 53 and 1/3 yards. So as a result of these dimensions, okay, a standard old football field is about twice as wide as is long, right? Well, if you do the math, and we did do the math, it turns out that this field is 43,878 times as long as it is wide. And Thui, what made this game different from other long distance games is that, you know, when you have a field that covers 1,300 miles, it's probably a good idea to have lots and lots of players. Ideally, a few hundred? We can agree on that. We can agree on that. They did not. They kept it to standard football rosters. 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense, which is completely insane. Right, because for one, it's exhausting, especially if an offense sustains a drive for miles and miles on end. For another, what happens if you blow coverage and a receiver gets past the secondary? And what if the receiver is the fastest player on the field? Right, if the ball carrier has outrun all 11 of you, what's left to do? At that point, it's not really a football game anymore. It's like a mix between Super Marathon and a camping trip. It's bad football. Nobody wants to play it. Nobody wants to watch it. Washington and New Mexico were banking on this not being a big deal because the field of play was so narrow. So the good news is, you know, if a player does get past your secondary, you don't have to look all over creation to find them. They're going to have to stay in bounds. So the only question is how far they've outrun you. It was quaint, and you know, we've talked about this 100 times, but I can't stand quaint in game design. And obviously, you and I stand pretty far apart on this. I like weird. I like when the games get weird. And I do too. The thing is, I do too.
I just need it to be in service of something, you know? I wish weirdness as a sort of I see weirdness as a sort of component, an accent, like a seasoning, you know? Not a means to an end, not a goal. You're a purist. I am! I am a purist! Look, I mean, anyone can design a weird football game, but I demand some elegance, some real thought behind it. Okay, but why? What do you mean, why? I mean, it's not as though you're pressed for time. You've got all the time in the world for what you like and what you don't. Listen. Even if I have a million years, even if you have 3 trillion years, even if I have 100 trillion years or more, that doesn't change the fact that I just spent all day watching a shitty game. Time I could have spent watching a good one. We're forever gonna disagree on this, I think. But I think an argument could be made that in some respects, game 96-2409 did have some elegance on it to it. Okay, I'll have to admit, it really did. A field 53 yards wide that goes from Mexico to Canada, on the surface, ridiculous. But I will happily admit that its confines are strangely brilliant in a way. It's hard to imagine such more geographic diversity than what this game has. There's plenty of opportunity for some good mountain football in Idaho, plenty of big lakes to navigate. And then you go south into Utah. There are these big salt flats. There's just nothing there. It's like playing football on a whole bunch of nothing. And then, of course, you've got the deserts in Arizona. And scattered throughout, you've got a little bit of farmland and a few small towns. But what I love about this field, at least in theory, is that it forces you to just march forward into all this geography head on. With the most long distance game, there aren't really any defined sidelines, or at least they're really wide. So if you see a mountain or a lake, you go around it. But not here. You've only got 53 yards of wiggle room. So you just have to grit your teeth and go. And that brings us to your favorite thing. Lord. Water ball! There are a few dozen decent sized chunks of this field that are nothing but water. For example, if you look at there's this one reservoir in Idaho that just kind of swallows 2.5 times the field. Miles of the field. Sorry. Dang. This is kind of crazy. I love how I can't hear the difference between a less intense Jordan Peterson and oh god. It's kind of crazy that I'm just understanding what's going on here, right? I can't I can see this. I can see this happening, and it's crazy. I think it's just I think it's so interesting. I'll finish this page and then I'll get into it. This is how that went down. Washington had the ball at the north coast of the reservoir. They throw it deep into the water. The wall just kind of plops in and floats at the surface. But the ball's still alive, right? It didn't touch the ground. Right. What ground? It didn't touch the ground. So what you're left with is a 2-mile mad scramble for the ball. It's a live ball the whole time. And this is where I'll agree with you. I've watched the replay. This play is exhausting to watch. It's like 4 hours of splashing around in aimless laterals. It's trash football. And there were a lot of those too. In the 1900s, they were building dams all over the place. So of course you'd end up with all these giant bodies of water in the middle of nowhere that have no business being there. But that aside, I really do love certain pieces on this field. I really do. Up in the mountains, you can tell they kind of tried to position the field so it ran along the ridges, just to make it a little easier. But in other parts, it's just like ka-chunk, 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 all the way up and down. This would go on for miles and miles. Actually, hundreds of miles. I mean, as a football fan, would I want to watch this? No. Hell no. Hell no. I wouldn't want to watch it. But I'd love to read about it. It's like baseball. There was also an element about this you were talking about before that showed that I just love. Which one was that? Oh, with the names of all the yes. So I love the juxtaposition of all this natural beauty, you know, the magnificent horizons, the beautiful mountain ranges, etc., with these unbelievably shitty names people gave everything. That's my Kermit laugh, by the way. like, oh, here's a town next to a bunch of water. Let's call it Big Water. Oh, hey, here's some meadows. Let's call it Meadows. Oh, look, it's some more meadows over here. Oh, shit, Meadows is taken. What do we call it? New Meadows. Yeah, Meadows is too crowded. There's like 50 people in it. Time to build a new one. My favorite, though, is, oh, what was it? Circleville. Yes, Circleville. I guess because it's got a bunch of crop circles? Yeah, but like there are a million places in the country with crop circles. You don't get to be Circleville just because you have like 12 of them. It's like if you just called your city Ground. Yeah, that's some circles there. It's funny because, you know, you look at Los Angeles and it's like, oh, City of Angels. That's a cool name. Or Cincinnati, named after a Roman general or whatever. Chicago comes from a Native American name for a local plant. But these guys in this part of the country were just like, there's some circles. We're a Circleville now. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll probably be eaten by a bear tomorrow. There's just something so darkly funny about this game. I mean, just the pace of it is so frustrating. An offense would spend a week just trying to get over one mountain, turning over the ball on downs, getting it back, fumbling, getting it back, just crawling up at an excruciating pace. And they're exhausted, and they throw a pick, and boom! Defensive back runs it a mile backwards, and it was all for nothing. Or shit, 500 miles even. It was actually, I should note here that you were allowed to use motor vehicles as long as you didn't have the ball. So it wasn't like game over once a player ran it back like that. You could catch up with them. You just have to grab a car and go looking for them. And that could take a while. At one point, a Washington player managed to sneak downfield from outside Spokane and all the way to Utah. And he only got caught because he just ran out of places to hide. And I mean, this is where we really get into how much of a torture chamber this game is. The drive chart is just an absolute goddamn nightmare. If you turned off the game and turned it back on in a year, the line of scrimmage might be like 15 miles away from where it was. And that's really nothing. There's no movement. 15 miles is nothing when you consider, first of all, the field's like 20 times longer than that. And second, it might move 50 miles the opposite way the next year. And that, Roger, sets the stage for the maybe one of the most frustrating things I've ever seen in a football fan as a football fan. Same. Oh Lord. You wanna Alright. So it's now the year 5518. The game is now 788 years old. They've been playing all this time. All this time. For almost 800 years, the ball's been going up and down and up and down and up. And usually very, very slowly. So it's hard for either offense to build a sort of momentum that would allow you to drive, you know, even 100 miles down the field. But Washington is finally doing it. Yes, they finally made it to Arizona. It's just something clicks. They're in the desert, ripping off huge plays. Half a mile run, quarter mile pass, just boom, 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 one after another. And then they just fell off a cliff. That's really fun to say because, you know, we're always figuratively playing, oh, they fell off a cliff, like their offense stalled out or something. No, they fell off a cliff for real. Washington literally fell off a cliff into a gorge. So they got another cliff staring them in the face. They turned the ball over on downs, but of course, now New Mexico turns around and sees the other cliffside staring at him. The game's stuck. Right. They can't just run around the side of the cliff because that would be out of bounds. They can't climb up because it's a 300-yard vertical free climb, which is something you can only probably complete if you're one of the best free climbers on Earth. And it's impossible if you've got 11 people right behind you who can just grab you by the ankles and yank you back down. So on this field, that's more than 2 million yards. So on this field that's more than 2 million yards long, these two teams are stuck in this little speck of 250 yards. So, how does this happen, Dewey? There's really no satisfying explanation. The game was on the drawing board for years and years. They surveyed every bit of it, and they'd always intended for the field to pass through just slightly west. This was kind of the crown jewel of this game. The rock faces were more forgiving there because there was this valley that sort of fed into it. It still would have been the most challenging part of the field, but it absolutely would have been doable. I'm calling shenanigans. Yeah, Because look, we know how meticulously they planned this game. We know how important the spot was. An entire committee spent years planning this. How could they possibly have messed up by accident? Well, if somebody knows, they're not telling. Maybe one day we'll find the answer. In the meantime, this game is still in progress. It's one of the oldest and longest running games in Arizona. And in year number 12,258, it's still going strong. And if you ever have an unexplainable urge to watch 22 players duke it out to a no apparent end in the bottom of a canyon, you can always see it for yourself. Football Channel number 96,249. I would rather do anything else in the world. But we have a mystery on our hands. Why is a field lined up wrong? Simple mistake? Or sabotage? Or what? If anyone out there has any info that'll help us crack the case, shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you. Help us solve the greatest, dumbest mystery of our time. So that does it for this episode of Garbage Football. We'll be back Tuesday. And don't forget, premium subscribers will get a bonus episode on Friday. I'm Thuy. I'm Roger. Peace. Outdoor recreation. Hiking to Horseshoe Bend Overlook. So here's the gorge. Dog, it's so crazy how I can just see this in my mind. And I think it's because it's written in a way where two people are just talking about it. Like, because it's these two people who are on a podcast just talking about this it exists. Which, I mean, to them it does. In this work of fiction, it does exist to them. So that's why they're just talking about it. And to me, as like the outside observer, right? I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is happening. And I can see it like happening in my mind. I'm like, yes, the two borders of New Mexico and Washington. And yes, that person just fell off the cliff. Yes, I see this in my head. Like, I don't know. This is crazy. I love this stuff. What time is it? 9:25. Yeah. I'll probably do one more. Okay, we'll do this video and like one more page, and then I'll probably end stream there because I do have to go to sleep early. Also, why am I sniffling so much? I took a shower like an hour and a half ago. Does that happen to you all? Sorry, I don't mean to like pause what's happening here. But do y'all get like the sniffles when you take a shower? It doesn't matter if I'm taking a hot shower, a cold shower, a lukewarm shower, a room temperature shower. My sinuses just fucking, it's just sewage, man. Like, it's not even like showers. It's whenever I'm eating something hot, whenever I'm eating something cold, just any slight degree change in my mouth or like around my body, my sinuses, my nose, or whatever, just go on full fucking high alert and just start draining themselves and getting stuck and congested. And so I'm just like all the fucking time, and I hate it. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's normal or if I'm just some freak. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Also, question about showers. How do you guys take a shower?
How do you guys shower? Do explain in full detail. No, I'm kidding. No, it's because I'm saying because I recently, and when I say recently, I want to say about a month, 2 months ago, I stopped using loofahs and or shower like towels or like rags. Um, and I also stopped using liquid soap, liquid body wash. I switched to using like the bars of soap, and now I just kind of use my hands to clean my body. And because what I didn't realize is that the loofahs were made to exfoliate the skin. But I also have this other separate thing that is also supposed to exfoliate the skin. And I would do that other thing like once a week. But then my skin kept on getting like really sensitive and like dry. And I thought that was normal. But then my friend was like, no, that's like not supposed to happen. Maybe as soon as you get out of the shower, but after that, it's not supposed to be like that. I'm just like, oh, okay. Um, and I always heard that loofahs were like really gross, would get like really gross and are bad for you actually, because it like soaks up a lot of or it harvests a lot of bacteria. I've lost 2 viewers while talking about this. That's hilarious. It like harvests a lot of bacteria in it, and the like washcloths also harvest a lot of bacteria, but you can wash those, so they're not as bad. Um, but yeah, it's because the loofahs are supposed to exfoliate your skin, and then on top of that, I'm going in with this extra rougher like exfoliation thing. Um, and so my skin just kind of like was being eaten alive, and so I stopped using a loofah. Um, I just do that, and I have felt great. I also like noticed that with the bar of soap. I don't know if you guys got this. I use Ivory, by the way, the Ivory soap. I use the. I used to use their liquid soap, but then I switched to their bar of soap. And I don't know if it happens with you guys, but when I get out of the shower and I dry myself off with a towel, it always seems like I'm never like completely dry. I always feel like this maybe like there's a film or something, like a very thin film on my skin. But with the bar of soap, I don't feel that. I use Dr. Squatch. I've heard of Dr. Squatch. Although my parents use a Dr. Squatch hand soap, but that shit is has so much perfume in it. It's like almost obnoxious. Not obnoxious. Like at least to me, the Dr. Squatch is almost like headache inducing with how much perfume is in their stuff. Like cuz I've also heard that their liquid detergent is really good, especially for its price. And I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll try it." But then I remembered, "Oh wait, that shit gives me a headache whenever I wash my hands." So maybe I won't use that. Maybe there's a way to like dilute, or maybe they have a scentless one. I don't know. I'll have to check. But sorry about my showering tangent. I was just curious. Yes, they have a liquid detergent. If we're thinking about the same, if I'm hold on, if I'm thinking about the same thing, Doctor Watch liquid detergent. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about something else. What the fuck am I thinking about? Sorry, I got brands mixed up. But I've also seen this Dr. Swatch fellow. So take whatever I said about the perfume and how it's headache inducing and remove that from the context of Dr. Squatch and just fucking I don't know. Do what you want with it. Is it Myers? Something Myers? Yes, this. Okay, this is what I was thinking about. Myers. This shit has so much perfume in it. Like it's so hard. I mean, it smells good. It smells good, don't get me wrong, but it's so much for me. For me. personally. I don't know. We kind of went over the fact that I have kind of like a fucked up nose thing going on. So maybe it's just me. Okay, yes, thank you, thank you. Myers is so much sand. But they do have a liquid detergent. And apparently it's pretty good. Maybe one of these days I'll try it. But I don't know. I'll have to fight like I'll have to find like the right scent. I'll have to do something about it. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back into the thing we were doing. Oh, is this the line? Oh, whoops. I think. Oh, this is crazy music. I think scared is a word. I'm scared. How come? All these people seem so normal. So much like I remember them being. But in some ways, it's like they're broken. Do any of these people have jobs? Oh my god. Sure. Some people have jobs if they feel like it. I think it's natural for us, for you and me, to have a tough time understanding that. We're both products of 20th century America. In that time, if someone had a job, it was their identity, it was their purpose. That isn't true anymore. God, I wish that were true though. I mean, not okay, hold on. Sorry. Not that I wish that having a job was your identity. Not that. The opposite. I wish the opposite. I wish that whatever they're having right now, I wish that's what we had. I am not advocating for working under capitalism until your death. That is not what I'm advocating for. I guess we're sort of like them. I think I know how you're going, but finish your thought. We don't do anything, right? There's nothing we're supposed to be doing? Nope. Oh my god, please. Nope. We completed our mission 15,000 years ago. So now we just hang out? We perpetually hang out? Who do you think was the first person to say hang out? Just like all these people down there. We shoot the shit, we watch football, and waste time. That's exactly it. That's the fate we share. Speaking for myself, that's the connection I share with them. I'm the least human thing you can imagine, but I feel like I'm them. Found it, I think. Newspaper in Shreveport, it says. March 23rd, 1859. Your choice of words is interesting. Wasting time. Well, yeah. Those people there in the canyon? They've wasted what? 13,000 years playing a game they know nobody can win? The people I remember would have quit in a week. Well, this is what I'd say to that. There's no indication that these people's lives will ever end. They will never run out of time. Wasting implies the consumption of something that you can't get back. So if they have an infinite supply of time, they can never really waste any of it. I guess that's one way of thinking about it. I'm still appalled. Disgusted, I guess, with that game in the canyon. They don't want to do anything else with their time? It's hideous to me. It's like some of these people seem normal. The Durabos seem totally normal, like they were out of a TV show or something. But those players in Arizona, it's like something is critically wrong with them. Like they've all gone crazy. I think they're doing the best they can with immortality. A human being will rarely admit this to you, but they tend to be terrified of living forever. They were born and raised with the understanding that their lives would end. They've achieved everything they wanted to achieve, all the ills that plagued them. And now boredom is their only enemy. And they get up in the morning and fight it every day of their eternal lives. Recreation and places sustain them. Football sustains them. And if you find yourself in a football game that's such a gargantuan task that seems undefeatable, that will claim eons of your time and your passion. I think that makes you one of the lucky ones. God damn. I know. Hey y'all, I found Nancy. Oh, good. Great. Is that where Nancy is?
Oh my god, that's my house. Imagine. Imagine being like, what the fuck? That's my house. I would also like to die at some point. Like living forever sounds like it would suck werewolf dick. I mean, isn't that like the goal though? I mean, that's part of my goal. I mean, that's one of my goals. Unfortunately, I think in this timeline, it's um it's like impossible, but it's still one of my goals. Mouse leaked screenshot chat, send the nukes. Bomb them again, keep bombing them. I've already achieved human dick, so like thumbs up. And you know what? Good for you. Some of us aren't as lucky, okay? So don't go fucking carrying that shit around here like all of us can relate, all right? The saddest cat. Oh, it's these guys again. Fuck. What voices did I give them? Okay, fuck both of you. All right? Both of you can get out of here with that sucking dick shit, okay? Some of us haven't been able to suck dick. All right? Chad just bracket streamer about, man. I hate all of you. So for all you guys tuning in, Nancy McGonnell is totally AWOL. Whereabouts unknown. Yeah, whereabouts unknown. She was last seen today going up in the Twister, which is now a confirmed EF5. Yeah, the weather service confirmed it. A confirmed EF5 tornado. So she could have basically been carried anywhere between 10 or 15 miles away. There are a couple things about that. She obviously could have been thrown in any direction. So maybe she's upfield somewhere near Highway 34, or maybe she landed backwards near Seaward. Although so far, nobody in Seaward has reported seeing her. Seaward's full of Iowa fans, so chances are, if they saw her, they'd say something. Mike, is it Mika or Micah? Micah. Micah. How many tacklers are reporting for Iowa? I'm seeing they're saying they've got 70 defenders fanning out, plus the 11 they already had in the play, so 81. On the radio, they said they're setting a search area of 600 square miles. They gotta get way more tacklers than that. That's a tackler uh, every, hold on. That's one tackler for every 7.4 square miles. It's not even close to enough. Because the other thing is, what if she fumbled in the tornado? And she probably did fumble. Yeah, she probably did. It's gotta be really hard to hold on to that ball in a tornado like that strong. So who knows? Maybe she has the ball herself. Or maybe it's, you can turn it off. Just playing in a field. Laying around in a field. Sure? Somewhere. If that's the case, yeah, I'm sure. Thanks. I don't know who these are. They should tail her for a while and watch her. She probably has a better idea where the football ended up than they do. It'd be easier to just let her. Bzzz. Hello, Kellyanne. Welcome back. We're still watching football. Football, baby. It's all about football. America loves football. Woo, football. I am actually super invested in this. I remember reading this a little while back and being like, oh, this is interesting. I should get on this. And then I completely forgot about it and lost it to time forever. And then it came up on my dash the other day. And I was like, I've got to fucking read the rest of this. So I'm here. I'm probably not going to finish it this stream, but hey, at least we make some progress in. And I was going to do this on my own time. Then I was like, I mean, fuck, it's my stream. Like, if people want to watch me go through this silly shit, they can. If they don't want to, they can click off. It's whatever. So, oh, wait. This is her. Wait, speaking of furry stuff, there's a dude I know who used to be like stereotypical weird kid with like a way too strong obsession about World War II. Texts me one day, he's like, I'm a furry, now they're chill. Okay, very cool. Thumbs up to that guy. I hope he's doing great. I also hope he got over his World War II obsession. Ain't that the fucking thing though? I also knew people in high school that were just weirdly obsessed with like World War II and World War One. I just don't get it. And maybe it's not for me to get. Maybe it's just not my thing. I controversial. War is bad, and I don't like it. I think that's a brave thing to say, honestly. No, I mean I can see how it's interesting to some people. It is history. Like history is interesting. History is interesting, period. And it is a part of history. It's, I can see how people can get interested in like little things, but to me, I'm just like, why would my fixation be about one of the most heinous like acts in human history? Like if there's a point in history that I'm gonna be obsessed with, like, I don't know. Okay, well, all right. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm about to get it. Look, e- okay, maybe I'm understanding a little bit more because were you all obsessed with either the Titanic or Chernobyl? Because I can tell you right now in high school, in like my sophomore year of high school to like maybe my junior year of high school, I was like super interested in Chernobyl. So like maybe I get it. Okay, maybe I get it. But still like I'm just not a big army guy. I'm not a big like military fan. I know a lot of people like the aesthetic of it, or they like the history of it, and they get into it and all that stuff. They like guns and they like the tanks and all like this stuff. I'm just like, ugh, like it's not for me. I'm not trying to yuck your yum, but it's just not for me. I don't really like that stuff. It's not. I will not be caught dead. As much as it may have been a Y2K thing, and I love Y2K fashion, I will not be caught dead in any sort of camo. I'm sorry. Camo to me is cringe, but that's just me. Yeah, if you want to wear camo, if that's like your thing, if you like it, if you want to wear it, if you're into that stuff, I'll, you know, hats off to you. You could fucking here. Here you go. You can have my hat actually. But it's just not for me. Sorry. Titanic was more my speed than Chernobyl. Dude, okay, so I took German in high school. For some reason. I don't know why I did. I don't think I would ever use German. But I took German in high school. And our German teacher, he was so cool. He was such a character. I loved him. Unfortunately, at least I could see like he was kind of at his wits end on teaching because a lot of the students who would take German were only taking it because they needed a language credit, and they were just like, and they just didn't want to take Spanish. So they took German, and it was like people who didn't care. So like I get it, but anyway, that's literally not the point at all. The point is, my German teacher was really cool, but also kind of weird. And I remember I don't remember if it was our midterms or our finals. It might have been our midterms, where we're stressing out a little bit, taking this test, we're gonna pass our class, and this motherfucker decides to put a recreation of the Titanic sinking in real time. So it's this like I think 6 to 7 hour long video that he just has playing in the background of this 3D animation, this camera just slowly rotating around the Titanic and is documenting what happens like hour by hour, like on the dot, on the minute, being like, oh, at
whatever 30 a.m. this person calls out that they see an iceberg at blank whatever a.m. Captain said gives this order, but whatever, and then it's like, this a.m. the ship hits the iceberg, and then it's like, oh, this transducer goes out, this generator goes out, the hole in the Titanic gets bigger, blah blah blah. And it was such a weird move to have that playing in the background, because at least to me, because I got hella distracted by that video. I was just watching intently as this ship was going down and just completely ignoring whatever was on my desk. I ended up finishing that test within like 25 minutes. It was crazy. On September 11th. Yeah. Camo is kink gear for army people. You know what? Maybe I am a kink shamer. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding. No, but I'm kidding. Anyway, camo gear with bum plug. I mean, the bum plug is hot, but the camo gear isn't. Like, it's just not for me. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. Like, people start, and like, I don't mean to be rude, and I won't say anything if people start talking about it in my vicinity. But as soon as that sort of topic gets brought up, my interest just goes to negative 100, and I'm just like spacing out. Like, that's just me. And I'm sorry if that's your thing. And I'm sorry if you ever thought to yourself, hey, I'm going to bring this topic up to Quimothy Pimothy in the future. I'm warning you right now, it's not going to turn out the way you think it is. A lot of furries are in the armed forces, and that's cool for them, but it's not cool for me. My friend from earlier is in the armed forces. I mean, that's awesome. Well, I have thoughts about the military, but I will not share them here. This is not the place for that. But you know, if it's in their best interest, if it's in their, in their situation, whatever, good for them. I'm happy for them. I know a lot of furries are in the military. You know, it's not my place to say whatever. I'm just here in my little hole reading about football in the year 1778 or something. I don't remember. Not 1778. Jesus. 17,782 or whatever. Sorry for you. Nah, you're good. Sounds like a lot of them are after you. It's got to be a lot more, I bet. Can they do that? I don't really watch a whole lot of football these days. Yeah, they can 3 times a game. If you just can't find the ball carrier in open field, you can go back to your state and call for up to 1,000 volunteer defenders. You got 2 of those left. Oh my. Well, most of them aren't actual players. Usually they can round up a few retired players, but it's mostly just random folks. The volunteers are basically just eyes and ears. More often than not, they won't try to make the tackle themselves. Oh, you know what? I went on one of those volunteers plays one time. That must have been, I was married to Susan at the time. So that would have been around 12,500. It was a whole bunch of nothing, really. I remember they came to town like, hey, anybody wants to have some fun? They got a Minnesota player on the run outside Cedar Rapids. I think that what they offered wasn't much, like $100 in a bus ride. So I said no, thank you. That's it? I think they pay a lot more than that these days. Well, I should have taken it, because you know what happened is next day, the county clerk shows up here in person, slaps an envelope right here on the bar and says, "Henry, I'm sorry to do this,
This here is a summons to dress for Iowa and report to Cedar Rapids. So I head out there, mostly just water around Lynn Country with a flashlight. No idea what I was doing. Never saw the fellow who had the ball. I guess they caught him in a cornfield somewhere. That's a shame. What I think is, if there's so little interest in the game that you need to be sending out summons, you shouldn't be sending out summons. I know! I know. I remember one time I ran into a volunteer tackler and he just asked for my autograph. Ha! Signed up for him? I said, sure, what the hell? Why not, you know? Ha! Okay, retreat backfield. Oh, okay. Did they get her location already? Or is that being reported? Let me see what's on. I think Judge Mathis comes on at 8. Oh, I love him. Oh yeah, I like him a lot. He's my favorite out of all the judge shows. You sure you want to stay put up here with everyone after you? Not that I'm not happy to have the company. Nah, I like where I am on the field right now. They're expecting me to move right now, so I'm just gonna sit here and sip a beer. And then around midnight, when they expect me to stay put, I'll move out. Which way you headed? Straight east? Well, come on, I'm not gonna tell you that. I've known you for about half an hour. Okay, that is fair is fair. I don't mean to be standoffish. I'm sure you're fine, but next thing you know, tomorrow you could be making friends with somebody from Iowa just as easy as you're making friends with me right now. You sure we haven't met before? Well, I don't know. Have we? Well, you know what they were saying the other day on the news? If you were born in 2000, you've been around for about 5 million days, I think it was. So even if you met just one new person per week, you could meet a million people, or something like that. I'm not some kind of math whiz, but point is, by now, you could have met just about everybody in Nebraska. I think I heard that. I've been teammates with a few folks who'd actually keep a diary of everyone they met. Shoot, I'm thinking about it. I don't even leave Seward County all that much. Tell you the truth, I probably could fit everyone I met the last 100 years on a postcard. So how's living in B? What do you like about it? Well, there's not a lot to it. There's only about 40 people who live here. Farmers and their families mostly. But you see, right out the window there? Yeah, I was looking at that when I walked into town. Kind of a funny looking building. Well, that is the B States Ballroom. You got a story. You got time? You got another one for me? Sure. Another of the same? Perfect. Yeah, I'm with you there. When the rep comes by, he's always trying to sell me on these. I don't know. These beers with chocolate and grapefruit and all these other flavors. Oh hell, I'm not trying to drink my dinner. Ha! I know that much. I know that much. Thank you, sir. Well, so I don't know if you remember the WPA, but it was a big work project put on by the government to give people jobs during the Great Depression. You'd go around and build parks and roads and who knows what else. All kinds of buildings. I remember that. It was a little before my time, but I remember my dad used to talk about it. He didn't think too much of it. He called it a. What did he call it? Oh, he said the WPA stood for Whistle, Piss, and Argue. Ha! Never heard that one. But yeah, I know some folks who weren't really fans of it. Whistle, piss, and argue. But no, I think it was a real good thing around here. So there was a bunch of Polish people living around here in the 1930s, and one of them was Sobotka. Sobotka. He was an architect in charge of a WPA project to build sidewalks in town here. Him and his men did a great job. A lot of the sidewalks are still in place, probably because they aren't used very often. Yeah, come to think of it, I didn't walk on the sidewalks to get here. Just walked down the middle of the street. Yeah, I guess the main reason you put down sidewalks is so so kids don't just run around in the middle of the street. It's not like there's any kids around. So, anyways, this fella, Sobotka, and his workers finished the sidewalks way ahead of schedule, so they had nothing to do. And he was to do all he can to make sure his men have work. And it turns out they'll have a whole bunch of leftover materials. Lots and lots of it. So he stays up all night and he draws up blueprints for this crazy 12-sided building. He drew it up all in one night? I think so. I have no idea how he came up with the idea. Maybe he saw a building like that before or something, but I don't know. I mean, he was just a guy in his 1930s Nebraska. It wasn't a lot to look at for, inspiration. I honestly think he just made it up out of nowhere. That's what caught my eye about it. It almost looks like some kind of weird spaceship in the middle of this town. Dance to the Six Fat Dutchmen. Thursday, October 31st, 1957. That is a crazy name. The Six Fat Dutchmen, bro? All right. Kind of does a little bit. And what's the real thing? And what's the real wild thing about that is that they built the whole thing in a couple of weeks using nothing but sidewalk materials. The whole thing? Yeah, because when you lay down a sidewalk, you gotta have wooden planks on the sides to kind of mold it in when you pour the concrete. So the whole thing is nothing but a little bit of wood and a lot of sidewalk concrete. But the whole building made of sidewalk. Whole building, yeah. And I bet you there's not another building like it in the whole world. We got it right here in B. Significance, period. 1900s, area of significance. Check and justify below. Architecture. Social, humanitarian, other. Recreation, entertainment. Oh, these are the patents, no? Or something? United States Department of the Interior Heritage Conservation and Recreation Service. National Register of the Historic Places Inventory nomination form. Come to think of it. I guess maybe that's a pretty boring story if you're not from. No, 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 no. It's a beautiful story. I love it. Had the funniest thought up in that twister. Yeah. I was thinking, I have no idea where this thing is gonna throw me. But I know I'm gonna land on top of a story. I wonder if there's a single place in the world that's never had a story. I bet not. I just about guarantee you there's no place like that in America. Every little square of it, every place you stomp your feet, that's where something happened. Something wild. Maybe something nobody knows about, but something. You can fall out of the sky and right into some forgotten storybook. You run and run and run and you keep turning pages and none of them are empty. They're all full of stories. There's nowhere left to write. I think I'm just a bookmark. Seems okay to me. Crazy, bro. I am invested in this. I am invested. I don't know. Maybe I'll finish this on my own. Maybe I'll like read more of this on another stream or something. But I am enjoying my time here. And I just hope y'all are also enjoying this. It's a time to be banished to the Shadow Realm, to the Doom Dimension. Okay, everyone. Oh, sorry, you're putting me on another tangent. I know you didn't mean to do this, but I'm gonna go anyway. So everyone knows the Shadow Realm because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Everyone knows the Shadow Realm because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's like the whole meme. I send you to the Shadow Realm, Yugi, and he goes, "Oh, Databayo," or whatever, right? That's Naruto. Yugi. Dice. You guys don't even know my favorite video of all time. Anyway, um, everyone knows the Shadow Realm, but no one knows the Doom Dimension. And I think the Doom Dimension is like 5 times funnier than the Shadow Realm because of alliteration. It also just sounds funny. It's like, I banish you to the Doom Dimension. Oh, Bakugan was so ahead of its time, bro. No one even knows Bakugan like I do. Shut shut your mouth. God. Oh, SpongeBob. My my first love. Nah. I would I don't think there was anyone in SpongeBob that I had a crush on as a kid. In that place there's only one beer left. In the Doom Dimension?
I don't know. If you're making a bit, I have no idea where that bit is from. Your parents didn't let you watch SpongeBob? That's crazy. I don't think there was anything ever that my parents were just like, "No, you can't watch that." Unless it was like a rated R film or something. But even then, like I can't remember a time where my parents were like, "No, you can't watch that." Which is like on the other side of the spectrum, right? Because you have parents that like helicopter and dictate what you can and can't watch, which is weird and overparenting, I think. And then there's the other spectrum that I think my parents were more leaning towards, which is like they just don't have any sort of idea what their kids are watching. My parents probably lean on that side. In fact, they very much did lean on that side, and that I mean, no fault to them. Like they just didn't know. Um, right? Like I was on the internet at a very young age. Should not have been on the internet at the age that I was. I should not have been watching this stuff on the internet that I was watching at the time. There were shows that I shouldn't have been watching. Anyway, yeah, I didn't really have that. They also didn't let you watch Pokemon. But yeah, but because Pokemon is demonic, and if you listen to the Pokemon rap backwards or something, then you turn gay or whatever, and you suck off Satan. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Teaching kids lessons, etc. Were you a VeggieTales kids then? I didn't watch a lot of VeggieTales, but I did have the DVD for Larry and the Bad Apple, and I would watch that shit on repeat, bro. I would watch that stuff on repeat. And you know what? I think I had something for that apple. Hold on. Hold on. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. Girl, look at this apple. You cannot tell me she isn't serving. Who is this diva? Look at this. Oh, and the spider legs? I think some not okay. No. I can't say things on the internet. I was gonna say this awoke something inside of me. I am not attracted to fruit. I'm going to put that out there. That is not a thing for me. Maybe it is for something else, for some other people. No. But this lady did something to me, I think, when I was younger. Look at her. God. Oh my god, no. Okay, oh, what? I'm remembering things now. She was like getting people to go into this thing. And then like on one of the scenes she like you can see it, she's like hovering over it. And I forget how they did it, but they like inflated the apple and then she got stuck to it. I'm also not into inflation. I have to put that out there. I think I have to preface that or like put an addendum to this. It's like I'm not into inflation. Yeah, look, this is what it was. They tied her to it and then they started inflating the thing. Oh my god. Someone working at VeggieTales definitely was on some shit for sure. Yeah, sure. Pyrocynical on an alt account. God. Yeah, it was this one. They also had like a little thing where they taught you how to draw Larry Boy, and I tried drawing Larry Boy, and it did not come out looking like Larry Boy. There was a Game Boy Advanced game of this? What? What did that look like? I'm sorry.
Previously, I looked at,
I'm sorry. I don't care about you right now. I just want to know what this game looked like.
but almost everything else is different. I'm not being hyperbolic either. Skills and tools are different. Levels are different. The design philosophy is different. And the philosophy is different. That one probably sounds less intuitive than the others. I'll explain later.
Sorry, I'm just having a moment. What?
Where the console game was slow and
There's a console version? I'm sorry. I can't. What is happening, dude? I didn't even. Oh. Is that what this is? I thought this was just the box. I'm guessing at this point, this is an Xbox version? No, DVD. Game? PlayStation 2? Full game? Larry Boy and the Bad Apple 100%? I am losing my marbles. This is crazy work. Why is it okay? Hold on, but why does it look kind of clean? Why do I kind of want to play this? Next stream plans? Maybe. If I could get this, if I can somehow play this, I would be so down to. How did we get here? Dog. How am I not the only furry who wants to play this game? Dog, who are you? And why are you stealing my ideas even though you did it first? Is this a video? No, this is on a Fur Affinity account. He took another picture. Oh, wait, no. This is with Batman. Oh, Lord. At least, yeah, at least he's not a blue dog. The green dog. And I got horns, bitch. Dog, I have to now. I have to. I have to spend like $1 million on a fursuit and buying the PlayStation 2 copy, a PlayStation 2 VeggieTales Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, so I can recreate this picture and use it as my profile picture everywhere, forever. Like even on my work accounts. Like they're gonna know. Everyone has to know. This is like when Christians like go door to door or Mormons or whatever. I don't know. I don't. They're all and they say like they want to spread the good word. Have you heard the good word? Hey, have you heard? Have you heard that A, I'm a furry, and B, there's a PlayStation 2 game of VeggieTales, Larry Boy, and the Bad Apple? Like, I need everyone to know this. Jehovah's Witness, exactly. And that's my question too. Who is Jehovah? And why are we witnessing him? Anyway, it's besides the point. Yo, it came with a toy. All right. This is turning way hard into. This is going way. Oh my god, the picture was right here. Oh, wait, it's because I searched up video game. I have friends whose family was a Jehovah's Witness. I have family who are Jehovah's Witness. I think. I think they're Jehovah's Witness. I might be wrong, All I know is that um all I know is that they don't celebrate Christmas. They never celebrated Christmas with the rest of us. Like they would show up, but they wouldn't bring presents or anything. Um and also my cousin who was a part of that family told me, Santa believers, cover your ears for this one, who told me that Santa wasn't real, and then I cried. And my sister had to console me and be like, "No, Santa Claus is real. Saint Chris is real." And I went, "You're so right. Santa Claus is real." And Santa Claus is real, by the way. He's a hot Russian dad bod man. I don't know if I want to witness him. God. I am perplexed at the. I'm gonna. Nope, not copy link. Copy image. Thank you. I'm just gonna shove this. I'm just gonna shove this in here. Santa's little helpers? That's crazy. What were we talking about before Larry and the Bad Apple? Oh yeah, consuming media. But it was SpongeBob, and then what was before SpongeBob? Oh, the Doom Dimension. Doom Dimension. Doom Dementia. Yes. With the Doom card, baby. You all don't. What do you all even know about Bakugan? What the fuck is this? Anyway, y'all, what do y'all even know about Bakugan, dude? Y'all know nothing. This is the Doom card. This is the Doom card, and it sends your Bakugan to the Doom dimension. And what is the Doom dimension? It's a dimension where of Doom. That's it. They die of Doom. They die of Doom. That's the Doom dimension. And this guy, for some, actually, I know the reason because I watched the anime, which I need to rewatch. I should rewatch it. But this guy, Masquerade, one of the best fucking villains in any form of media. Oh my god. You all don't even know how much of an icon Masquerade is. Please, I am begging you, if you do anything, if you take my word for anything and go out into your life and spend your time on something that I suggest, may one of those things, doesn't have to be this, but if it were to be something, may one of them be watching the original Bakugan Brawlers anime. I swear to you, it's not that much of a waste of time. It'll feel like it in some parts, but I swear the ending is worth it, dog. I swear the ending is worth it. Also, I spelled dimension wrong. Oh. Beyblade has nothing on Bakugan. I am sorry. The Beyblade anime has nothing on Bakugan. I spit on the Beyblade anime, dude. Love Beyblade. I love the Beyblade anime. I wanted a Pegasus so bad, and I never got one. Okay. A Rainbow Pegasus was my dream. 5th grade year old me wanted a Rainbow Pegasus so bad, but I could never get one. That shit got nothing on the Bakugan anime. Ooh, I love Bakugan. Oh my god, I had so many. I had a huge fucking collection of Bakugan, dude. And then one day, my mom was just like, "Hey, you know those things that you've been collecting over years and that we've spent so much money on? I'm gonna give those away to a coworker's son
for his like birthday or something. And I just went, for why? And that's the day I decided to become gay despite that. And that's the day that I decided that I was going to become a furry to disappoint them and spite them. Because being a furry and being gay are both choices. It is a choice. Being gay is a choice. For context, anyone that's watching this and genuinely thinks that being gay is a choice, it is not, and fuck you for that. And then they got rid of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. Like, what the fuck, man? I had all 3 God cards. I had all 3 playable God cards because they printed them. They printed some more God cards later, but then they had this little text at the bottom being like, "Oh, you can't use this in a real duel because we're babies and we don't want you to use God cards." I had the original Obelisk the Tormentor, Winged Dragon Ra, and Slide for the Sky Dragon. I think. Yeah. Anyway, I had all 3 of them that were playable because they didn't have that stupid little text on the bottom. And then I had the head, the right arm, and the left leg of Exodia. I was missing 2 Exodia cards to be able to summon Exodia. I don't even know where those cards went. She never told me where they were going. I'm sad. Listen. When I tell you all, I love card games. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic sometimes. I built from the ground up Yami Yugi's deck. Not by buying those things that are like, oh, you can buy Yami Yugi's deck for fucking $40. Nah. Me and my sister went out and bought Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs and RNG'd our way into building Yami Yugi's deck. But Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point is such like a... I could get into it. I'm going to get into it a little bit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such like... It's evolved into this weird chain summoning, chain bullshit thing where a game can still last like 40 minutes. A game will last like 40 to 45 minutes, but only 3 turns will be taken in that 45 minutes. 3 fucking turns, dog. And that's because you place down 1 card and it lets you draw this card from your deck. And because you have this card in your hand, you can put it in this card. And I take this card from my extra deck and then I put that one on the field. And that one destroys these monsters. But that allows me to summon this monster, which lets me search my deck for this thing, which I can play this spell, which I can blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Let me summon my 5-star monster and fucking kill you. That's what I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For. I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For my fucking synchronized extra XYZ Zephyr magic bullshit ass 3-headed dragon. Like 45 minutes into the game. I want to summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon and just annihilate you. I don't care about your monster. I want to end your life. Like, dog, let me take your life points. What I am doing here as a player of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is I am trying to chip away at your life points until I can get to a point where I can summon a strong ass monster, get rid of all the monsters on your field, and then go for the kill. I'm not trying to build up this fucking 45-minute, this one turn for 45 minutes to summon this one like 13-star monster that's gonna one-shot you. Because that's not fun. That's just following a chain of command. There's no like interactivity with what's happening. Like, from what I can tell, Magic has gone has and it hasn't changed super like that much. Obviously there's different like play styles now, like there's commander decks and stuff. And there's different formats. But with Magic, at least from what I can tell, I haven't played in a long time. If anyone's curious, I played a blue and black deck because that's and I've only ever made completely fully made one deck, and it was kind of ass. It wasn't even good, but I liked playing it because blue is such a piece of shit color, and black is such like an easy color to just slap on to anything because you just use death touch. At least back then. Um, but like at least there's still like interactivity, and at least there you have different formats. So if you don't like a format, you can play another one. Like when Commanders got released, I was like, shit, that's cool. And then I fucking dropped the game because I didn't have anyone to play with. And also it was really expensive, and it was getting to a point, I was getting to an age where my parents didn't want to buy me shit anymore because I wasn't a stupid child that was satiated by like a $5 Yu-Gi-Oh pack. And also I was like too young to make my own money. So whatever. But when I actually was being able to make my own money, I tried getting back into Magic. You know, I have a couple things laying around here and there. I went to a card shop. I played a commander deck, but instead of just me and one other person, I played with like 3 other people. There's like 4 people playing one game, and that's cool. There's interactivity. What the fuck am I doing at Yu-Gi-Oh? Reading a goddamn dictionary off of a spell effect so that I can go search my deck for another monster. That'll let me do the same thing at nauseum. I don't understand. I've never touched the Pokemon card game. I want to say that's like the big 3 in my head. The big 3 card games are like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and Pokemon. I know there's other card games out there, like there's Vanguard something, and then there's like that waifu card game. There was a Naruto cards that I used to collect a lot of the Naruto cards too. God, I love the Naruto cards. Did you guys ever play those? Do they still make those? Naruto TCG. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. This is what I'm talking about. I collected the shit out of these cards. I never learned how to play the game. I did not care. I just wanted the shiny Naruto cards. These were sick. I didn't even know they went all the way up to Shippuden. That's crazy. I thought they only did base Naruto. I guess they did go all the way. Damn. That's crazy. No one played the Pokemon TCG, right? I don't think what the fuck? Is this still going? There's no way. It is. That's a Boruto character, isn't it? What the fuck? Isn't that a Boruto character? They're still making these? What? 2022? I'm out of my boundaries here. Oh, I used to have this one. Hey yo. Yeah, I never learned how to play this card game. Maybe it was fun. I don't know. I think I've ran out of thoughts here. How long have I just been like rambling on? All right.
well, it is way past the time that I planned to end stream. So, thank you all for joining. I hope you had a good time. Tell me a story. I'm gonna tell you a story about when a peanut farmer was in the White House. All right. Nah, but thank you guys for joining. I know it was like not what I usually do. I usually just like do video games, but I thought it was something neat. Um, just sharing interests and whatnot. So thank you for joining. Like I said, for the fucking 50th time. And I'll see you guys later. At least it wasn't a league bait stream. Yeah. It feels like I'm quitting smoking or something. It's like I'm quitting league. I'm like slowly putting that away. Just like I'll go back every now and then and play a game or two. But then like I'll put it away for a couple days or something. Anyway, see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye. Bye bye. Tubby bye bye. What if I just played the Teletubbies thing? Nah. Too much work.